Welcome to Dr. TSPR show. This is Dr. Tangella Shiva Prasad Reddy alias Dr. TSPR. Namaste, Adab, hello, and a warm welcome in the form of Vanakkam to all my wonderful guests from Tamil Nadu. Believe me, they are the best when it comes to legal aspects and the legalities involving finances. Legalities involving finances because it is your fortune. You work very hard. It is not lottery. But is this being made a lottery for those illegalities? I say yes. Why I say yes? You will come to know from our esteemed, honored guests. Let me just give you a brief introduction because crypto is always hidden, the hidden agenda. We have Mr. V.Rajendran. You all know him and you will love to hear from him as and when people wanted a call from me. He was ready. Even when he was traveling, unfortunately, from Hyderabad to Chennai, came to visit his son. Sir, I said cryptocurrency we need. He was ready with the show. In November itself, sensing what is happening. Why this crypto? Hidden currency. When it is hidden, how can it become a tendered currency? How can it have that value? And how can it be legally related to your hard earnings? So we have come out. We have shown you what cryptocurrency is all about and why the world is eulogizing it and how it has come into force and what is the technology. We said blockchain technology on which this has been surviving or thriving. We have brought out all such things. Now, unfortunately, instead of coming out with a proper bill, with a proper discussion on the floor of parliament and all legislative assemblies, our finance minister suddenly, till that time we were expecting after our show, they will present the government's view to the Supreme Court because the case is still hanging there. I think let my legal luminaries correct me. The case is still hanging there. Government has to file an affidavit, and you have seen even the Karnataka chief minister's name, likewise many other politicians' name, is being doing rounds in the cryptocurrencies. It was a big exposure. This is another thing that hijab controversy started under the same chief ministership in Karnataka. But the Karnataka chief minister's name, that means the ruling fraternities were not spared in this. So we thought government will come out clean in a transparent and accountable way, file an affidavit with the Supreme Court, discuss it on the floor of parliament before they make any clear judgment. Because this I am stating because the Minister of State on record, he says, once we said 30% slab is there for cryptocurrency, that means government has accepted. That really it's a mind-boggling issue. How can that be? The bill is yet to be passed. They could not discuss it on the floor of the parliament or assemblies. All political parties have to take this blame. Government is yet to file an affidavit in the Supreme Court. The case is still hanging there with fire. So many ruling fraternity names were being involved and the names they are being mentioned in the media. And all of a sudden, 30% slab for cryptocurrency. And again they say government will come up with a digital currency on its own. When government is planning to come up with a digital currency, why the hell you need 30% slab for cryptocurrency? Big question mark. Why central government did not file a petition in the Supreme Court? The case is still hanging. Why Supreme Court could not expedite this? Because it is the fortune of people, hard-earned money. It is stashed away to the foreign. That we have seen, that black money. Now after this government came forth from 1976, no one can have an access to the black money or NRI money coming into the political parties' accounts. Believe me, this is nonsense. And even we have no right to inquire which company or which corporate company is financing a political party because all the electoral bonds have become opaque. All political parties came together to this very nonsensical things. At the backdrop of this, is this going to help again black money? Now in a different way. Instead of stashing away funds in the banks, foreign banks, Swiss banks, Now is it going to be cryptocurrency? Then what about the people who are toiling very hard to eke out their living and trying to save, on the verge of banks being merged to overcome non-performance assets, helping those corporates again? Common man is being taxed, and that bloody Sibyl who says if you miss one EMI, that bloody Sibyl, the bank has no job to pass on, responsibility to pass on our information, because we are in agreement with the bank. But the bank passes this information to Credit Information Bureau, India Limited, that bloody company, and that fellow, he says this fellow is so and so, this track record is wrong. This bloody Sibyl and this hell lot of banks will be made to answer, because how come there were corporate companies went scot-free? They became broke. They go for public issues, and if they float another company, the same banks again fund them. What is this nonsense happening? When such is the case, instead of coming to the rescue of commoner during these pandemic times, the central government passes a budget wherein it is all crypto. This budget is crypto because you are trying to stash away the hard-earned money of the people. In India, unlike other countries, every citizen is a born constitutional authority. We pay taxes with which, right from central to state governments run, right from Prime Minister to Chief Minister, they are all our public servants. So, to clear this, what is happening with this new law, why this 30% tax on cryptocurrency, which the central government did not file an affidavit in the Supreme Court for the Supreme Court to decide or to come out with a judgment. And what is this new digital currency which government is going to bring? When such is the case, why this cryptocurrency being legalized in India? The Karnataka Chief Minister's name was heard loud and clear. Yes, Mr. V.Rajendran-ji, we have some wonderful people in you, and we have Mr. Logesh Babu. He is a practicing cyber law advocate and full of knowledge. He will speak on technology perspectives and all that. And we have S.N. Ravichandran, who is adored a lot, who is revered a lot, because he is going to present the impact of cryptocurrencies and DCs, digital currency too, in the national economic ecosystem and the crime scenario, because he has authored many books on that. Mr. V. Rajendran will explain everything. Mr. Rajendran ji, go ahead. I will make you the presenter too.
Thank you, Dr. Reddy. Am I audible? Is my voice audible? Can I go ahead?
Yes, please go ahead. I think Mr. Ravichandran ji he should connect. I think there is some problem. Maybe he will come back.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, thank you, Dr. Reddy, for the wonderful opportunity given to me. It's really very nice to share my experiences with you. I'm not going straight to my presentation. Let it take some time. Let me just spend the first few minutes on the role we are expected today and the talk, how it's going to proceed today. Thank you, Dr. Reddy, for the wonderful opportunity. Now, cryptocurrency, this is becoming a hot topic these days for the past few months, rather a few weeks, I would say. There have been a lot of talks that cryptocurrency, crypto transactions itself should be banned. There was a particular case for crypto. In fact, the word crypto or cryptography or
Others, can you just, if you don't mind, Ravichandran ji, your voice being heard.
Yes, sir.
Your voice is being heard. You can just mute yourself.
Yeah, right. There was an audio disturbance. Okay. Now, the word crypto by itself is not new, particularly in the Indian epics and the Indian literature scenario. It will be quite surprising if I say that cryptography and how the crypto should be used has been discussed from the administrative treaties, the omnipotent and omniscient Kautilya's Arthashastra. It will be quite surprising when I say it. Written around 350 years before Christ. Chanakya has written in his much acclaimed administrative treatise, Arthashastra, that when a ruler sends a communication to another ruler, to another minister, or from one minister to another minister, or one king, emperor to another king, like that, when a carrier takes that message should go in such a way that even if the public carrier, let's say a person going in a horse or elephant or by foot or something like that, even if the public carrier reads that message, he should not be able to understand. The message should be understood only by the person to whom it is intended. This, in fact, it is exact practical application now what WhatsApp calls end-to-end encrypted. WhatsApp calls it end-to-end encrypted. We all say it's a wonderful thing that WhatsApp, my message in WhatsApp does not go as a plain text. Whoever is, even by chance if somebody is able to read my message, they won't be able to understand it because the whole thing is encrypted. Encryption is something quite new. Everything goes in a crypto fashion, cryptography. What I'm trying to tell you is that the crypto fashion or cryptography by itself, per se, is not new. This has been discussed in many ancient Indian epics like Mahabharata, Ramayana, Kautilya's Arthashastra, and many other subsequent in Tamil literature and Sangapari literature and many other epics. But in a democracy, there are different angles to a cryptocurrency. We in Digital Security Association of India, for which currently I happen to be the chairman, have addressed the seminars and conferences because we focus particularly on the digital security scenario and digital privacy scenario in the country, particularly addressing people, conferences and meetings on cyber crimes, IT laws. So when you speak about cyber crimes and IT law, the privacy and crypto, they are inseparable cousins. When you talk about privacy, you have to talk about crypto. We necessarily have to talk about the crime scenario. Because the privacy of one person, when infringed, it becomes a public data, then that becomes a cyber crime, that becomes a digital offense, and the government comes to it. But suppose when the government itself wants to intercept a message, there should be a legally permitted way, channel to do it. That is what, of course, our Information Technology Act, Information Technology Amendment Act 2008 in section 69, 69B and 70 they speak about. I mean, we will not be discussing all those things right now today. So our point of discussion today, as a chairman of a Digital Security Association of India, I have with me in my team of panel discussion, Mr. M.J. Logesh Babu. Logesh Babu, can I see you on the screen? I have with me M.J. Logesh Babu, who is the Joint Secretary of a Digital Security Association of India and very renowned advocate, particularly in the area of cyber crimes and IT law. He is the zonal head of Asian School of Cyber Law and also the CEO of his own company, Posky Private Limited, in which he focuses on the digital crimes, particularly against women, how to empower the women and guard them against digital crimes and crimes in social networking sites. He's a very tech-savvy, techno expert. He'll be talking more on technology, less on law, because I'll be focusing a little more on law. Then I have the other panelist with me is Mr. S.N. Ravichandran from Coimbatore. Mr. Ravi, are you there? Can I see you on the screen?
Yeah, I'm sharing the camera request. Click on the camera, Mr. Logesh Babu and Mr. Ravichandran ji. Share your camera.
They are the camera. Yeah, please share the camera.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen, sir.
Okay, good, very good.
Wonderful. Yeah, give a introduction of Ravichandran ji.
Very good. Now Ravichandran. Ravichandran, quite interesting to note that he is not basically a qualified information security professional or a qualified advocate, but he is an experienced person in cybercrime investigation. Because many advocates in Tamil Nadu, many police officials, top-level IPS officials have approached him for cybercrime investigation to look into the techno-legal angle, technology angle as well as the legal angle in many cybercrimes. He has addressed various conferences and seminars in Chennai, Bangalore, in Gujarat, in Delhi, CII, FICCI, and particularly the police academy in Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry, Coimbatore, and many other places. I mean, including the economic offences wing and the CBI and other arms of the central government, centers, crime investigation agencies. He comes with a very rich experience in cybercrime investigation, spread over 2 to 2.5 decades. So I'm very happy that Mr. Ravichandran and Mr. Logesh Babu have joined today. In about 7 to 8 minutes from now, I'll be taking you through is my presentation. Uh, can you see my presentation now?
Yeah, it is there on your screen, and you can make it full screen. Meanwhile,
Okay.
I think Ravichandranji, your audio. Can you just
Yeah.
mute your audio, Ravichandranji? Your Lokesh Babu sir, you need to share your both of you. Yeah, Lokesh Babu garu, I think he is sharing his screen.
Yeah, I don't know why my video is not sharing, but my audio is getting shared, but my video is not sharing. I don't trying for a long time.
Okay, I'll just see that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there you should go to this share screen. Go to the camera and click share screen, sir.
Yeah, I just clicked my share screen only, but I could not share my video. I don't know why. I'm trying for a long time. From the beginning, I'm trying. Yes.
Okay. Meanwhile, if you want, you can rejoin. Otherwise, we'll just see in the course of the discussion.
Yes, sir. I'll keep my thing updated, sir. You please proceed. Yes.
Is my screen getting shared now? You're able to see my screen now?
Yes, sir. You can make it full screen, sir.
Yeah. Your screen is better, yes.
Okay. Now, as I was telling you, cryptography by itself is not new in India. We have, 1 second, let me try to expand the screen now. Okay.
You have to switch on your audio, Rajendranji. Not rest of us, not. Only Rajendranji, you switch on your audio and speak.
Okay. I think my hand by mistake has gone there. Is it okay now? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Only you should be able to, because your voice should go clearly. We are all muting ourselves.
Yeah. Oh.
Please go ahead, sir.
Okay. So, when I speak about cryptography, there is nothing new in cryptography because already we had a lot of seminars and things. But cryptocurrency is something very interesting, very intriguing, but quite interesting. As the word crypto itself suggests, many people do not know it. Basically, we all know how a share transaction works because a share does not have any value like a gold or silver or something. The value of a share or script or whatever, it depends upon the buyer and seller market potential. That's all. Whatever is the market potential that the particular script has got, the share value goes. Similarly, a cryptocurrency also has a volatile value. What is valued at 22 lakhs today may be valued at 23 lakhs. What is valued about 30 lakhs, it may come down to 20, may come down to 35 in a matter of few days. It is so highly volatile that if you look at a crypto Bitcoin screen for about 2-3 minutes, the speed at which the value fluctuates, not in rupees, in thousands of rupees over a few seconds. Anybody with a weak heart is certainly prone to get a heart attack. So if anybody has a weak heart of looking at how their money keeps increasing and losing its value, I would suggest don't look at the Bitcoin screen. It is so volatile. The other thing being, the Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency for that matter is completely unregulated, not issued by any particular country, like a US dollar or a French franc or a Hong Kong dollar or a Singapore dollar or a British pound or our own Indian rupee. Not issued by any particular country, so no country can regulate it. If a person says that I lost money in cryptocurrency, the only thing he can do is that keep quiet, keep his mouth shut, perhaps pray that nothing more of loss should occur to him in future. That's all. I don't think there is any official legal redress forum for those losing money in cryptocurrency because it's not regulated. But of course, if it is a result of some transactions, the transaction non-payment can be proved and that can go to the relevant court. That's all a very cumbersome process, because particularly when the cryptocurrency is being traded only for illegal purposes, for drug trafficking, arms peddling, and child trafficking, and particularly ransomware, like black money and threatening people like a ransom money like that. So people never go to court if they lose money. So this is another interesting thing about cryptocurrency. So RBI has been talking about cryptocurrency. RBI has said that it is something very bad for the economy. People will all know. There was a ministerial committee which said that cryptocurrency is bad, though the underlying technology called the blockchain technology is good. Blockchain is basically something like an operating system. We have an operating system on which your MS Office sits, or PowerPoint presentation, MS Office with its suite of products like PowerPoint presentation or Excel or Word, anything sits, and you have Adobe, or you have different kind of browsers, everything sits on operating system. Like that, blockchain is a technology, it's something like an operating system on which sits trades like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other things. So the underlying technology is good, ministry also said, but they said that cryptocurrency, since it's not regulated, unmonitored, is bad for the economy. Based on this, the RBI issued a circular on April 6, 2018, stating, asking the banks not to deal with cryptocurrency. However, the Internet Mobile Association of India, they went to the court because there were parties, there were many players who took advantage, who were benefited by the cryptocurrencies. I do not know what made them take such an urgent, emergent step like seeking a ban on the circular. And unfortunately, they also succeeded. So Supreme Court, in its historical verdict given in March 2020, used a very intelligent word like the circular issued by RBI is a disproportionate measure. So it actually set aside the circular. So the setting aside circular was taken as a green signal by those players. They said, okay, cryptocurrency banning circular has been set aside. So cryptocurrency is not permitted. We all can do left, right, and center trade in cryptocurrency. It went on for about 2 years after it, March 2020 Supreme Court verdict came. Now, for reasons not well known to the common man, Reserve Bank of India and Finance Ministry, the two most interested stakeholders who wanted a ban, legitimately, understandably so, they did not go on an appeal. They never went on an appeal against this circle. But though they had all these three options, they could have taken or they could have gone an appeal, or they could have simply given an amendment for the IT Act stating that a digital record does not apply to the cryptocurrency. This is a simple amendment they could have come out with, which also the law ministry or the government did not do, because already IT Act, digital record does not apply to will or negotiable instruments or a testament. Like there are already 3 or 4 exceptions. They could have simply added one more exception there, stating cryptocurrency is also an exception. So it does not have any digital record recognition. They didn't do it. So it was taken as a green signal. Now, to add to all these things, in the union budget now, it took a very interesting turn. The central bank digital currency is going to be introduced. It was a landmark announcement made by the finance minister. And the Prime Minister also said that it will be risk-free and secure. RBI is going to back it up, like fine. There is going to be a regulated money from RBI, absolutely fine, understandable. But how the press reacted to it? Press, particularly those who may have, who are bound to have their financial interests in this digital currency, they were jubilant. They said that, oh, digital currency is being indirectly legitimized. Though finance minister very cleverly said that she is not recognizing digital currency, they only said cryptocurrency as a digital asset is going to be taxed at 30%. Now, the larger question is, when you tax something, does it mean that you are legally recognizing it? Even the illegal money got by illegal means, the black money, or money stolen, they are also taxable strictly from the point of view of the income tax regulations. So just because the government is taxing something, it does not mean that the government is approving the way how the money was acquired. Illegal money, bribe money also is taxable as per the income tax regulations. But In this particular case, a currency which was not recognized, it suddenly comes to the budget domain, and FM speaks about it, everybody speaks about it. There's going to be 30% tax for 1% TDS, and everything is going to be there. So naturally, the industry will take it there. It's an indirect recognition given to them, which is not. Now, RBI also has said that we are going to issue a digital currency, like the fiat currency. Fiat currency means whatever the currency issued by the government. Like US has issued US dollar, government of India, the RBI here, Singapore dollar, any official currency given by the government, which is not backed by the gold or silver, is called a fiat currency. Now, RBI has said that we are going to issue our own digital currency so that we encourage people who want to deal with cryptocurrency. So, it gives indirectly a similarity comparison of a cryptocurrency and the proposed digital currency of RBI. In my opinion, in the opinion of many others who agree with me, a digital currency which is going to be issued by RBI is not going to be a cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency recognition still has not come. But people, press particularly, is coming with a very misplaced, miscarriage statement. Digital currency will also lead to more efficient, cheaper currency management. Everything people are talking about. Okay. All these things are coming. So crypto industry has now celebrated the moment. Crypto industry celebrates it. State and government has got legal recognition to it, which is not true. Now, experts like me and experts like Ravichandran and many others also, they have raised all these questions. These questions are left unanswered, or vaguely answered, or incorrectly addressed, I would say. Government has taxing. Does the taxing amount to a form of legitimizing? No. The answer is very clear, no. Will the digital currency be issued at will? If digital currency is a fixed cost, no premium. When there is no premium, how does the government say that it is going to give a boost to the people who want to trade on cryptocurrency, like a share market or anything else? When the value is not going to be volatile, when the value is not going to be flexible, like a demand and supply kind of a theory, how does the government feel that it is going to be welcomed by those who want to trade in it? So tax digital currency export. It says digital currency export, it cannot set it off with others. These are the other issues. So basically, from a national economy point of view, digital currency and the proposed, private cryptocurrencies and the proposed digital currency, they are not exactly same. They have some fundamental basic differences. I expect much more from the finance department, finance ministry, finance secretary, and legal experts, techno-legal experts across the nation to answer all these points. Like in the case of a private cryptocurrency, the owner is not known, it is unregulated, it is valued highly volatile, whereas in the case of digital currency, the owner is known, RBI is going to monitor it, the entire balance is going to be, it is going to be completely KYC compliant. How do you compare both? So what the nation looks up to it, possibly in the next few minutes, what my colleague Logesh Babu and Ravichandran would like to share their experience, we'll be taking more of these points in the debate. Thank you, Dr. Reddy, for the opportunity.
Yep, wonderful. I think you are just trying to, because we'll...
Now, am I audible? Can I continue?
Yes, sir,
Dr.
please.
Reddy?
Please. Continue, sir.
Okay. Now, can I take this opportunity to invite Logesh Babu to present his views on the technology aspects of digital currency and cryptocurrency?
Yes, please. Logesh Babuji, please.
Logesh Babu, are you there?
Yes. Good evening to one and all. Thank you for the nice presentation and option given to me. Special thanks to the doctor and Mr. Rajendran. Yes. Say, thinking over of cryptocurrency in India is still a myth, right? See, but it has to be implemented. From my point of view, the world is going to use cryptocurrency in the near future. In the very past of the money value, we started the money with the barter system. Later, Chinese introduced paper currency, and later on, fiat currency came into existence. And the development of this technology of internet and other things made money into various concepts like storing the value of money in debit cards, storage cards, credit card, net banking. All transactions came into existence. now we are in the topmost level of using cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are virtual currencies which has to be used. Very previously, cryptocurrency was banned in India. Later, they said you can either use, government will not interfere. And now what has happened is countries like El Salvador are authorized this Bitcoin as their own national currency, and now it became a foreign currency for us. So we are forced to use this currency as a foreign currency only. So you cannot by giving any null reasons. But still, using cryptocurrencies will be a question mark for the person who finds it for legal issues. We have to make this thing into regulated one. A few cryptocurrencies must be allowed with the regulated one where the tax has to be implemented, it has to be known, the government has to watch all these things, and only then the cryptocurrency should be used. Without this, without approving these things, if people started using cryptocurrency, then it is going to end up in a mess, because lots of black markets and black currencies will be available in cryptocurrencies where we cannot trace. See, putting things in much more clear terms, once a person started using cryptocurrencies, their wallet can be hackable. First point. They are not going to use any coins, that is the hard cash or currencies where you can touch and feel. Only the public and private key which is allowed in the app is going to be the private currencies. That is their own cryptocurrencies, where no one can interfere that, no one can watch that what exactly the amount is holding, what exactly the transaction being made, nothing can be monitored. If government brings some regulations to monitor these things and get into control, then using cryptocurrency should not be a difficult one. But our government is working on that. Let us think that should end in a better way. Nothing else, sir. Thank you.
But Lokesh Babuji, I have received just from
Yes, sir.
the topmost doctors fraternity. These are also
Yes.
means of controlling people. You can be debarred from using your own money, your own hard-earned money, the fortune. The day government finds
Yes.
you are not following their mandates, it says it is dangerous, as you are witnessing in
Yes.
Corona pandemic. Because you don't have, you will not have any
Yes.
physical money. You will be enslaved for all.
You will not have. You will not have any physical money. You can create the money in the cryptocurrency. That is, you can mine the money in cryptocurrencies. You can generate your own money, because that ends up with the normal mathematical calculation or the algorithm calculations where mining can take place. Then the money will get increased. That is how the cryptocurrency value increases daily. So it is very dangerous.
Because as this is being from AIMS, All India Institute of Medical Sciences doctors, they formed a group and they're watching
Yes.
our live show and they're asking you this question. What will you do now?
Yes, sir.
Pandemic, they have created a fear psychosis for a disease which has got 99.9% cure without any treatment. Now for 2 years, they have enslaved you. They have not given you any correct information. Even Supreme Court, High Court, they are simply stating you 50,000 for corona deaths, but they have not probed autopsy or postmortem reports, underlying causes, comorbidities, without which they have allowed insurance companies and pharmacies to go scot-free, because all the people, all the governments have insured people. If someone is dying with tuberculosis or malaria, these insurance companies should have paid him 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs per individual. Instead, governments not
Yes.
providing information, courts are not understanding, not taking a trial properly. They are making our hard-earned money to be paid to innocent, unfortunate people who have lost their lives instead of insurance companies. At the same stroke, pharmacy, once you get hospitalized, they should come to the rescue of the petitioner, the deceased, till he is discharged or till he
Yes.
dies. Both pharmacy and insurance companies now have gone scot-free because of government and courts not handling it properly. And not only that, our own hard-earned money is invested to make manufacture vaccines for a disease which has got 99.9% cure without any treatment. And these vaccines are being given under emergency use authorization. Till today, no liability and compensation. One second, sir. They are being given without liability and compensation. The same thing, it is our fortune. When the health has already been taken for a ride, enslaved, then our hard-earned money, our fortune, we toil hard to make money, to invest in banks, or we have physical money. But what tomorrow? What tomorrow? Yes, Mr. Logesh Babu. What tomorrow?
What tomorrow, in a sense, we have to emphasize the government. The government is the regulatory authority where they should bring out some necessary steps to uh, put it the procedure in a formal way. See, for example, as you said, 99.9% we don't know how the person dies. Still, the insurance company does not give anything. The government pays everything is all correct. When our topic is the related with cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency is more or less like a corona. We don't know how that takes place. Who is the controller of the money? How is going to be transacted? Everything. Still, we have to face this cryptocurrency issue and we have to use it. So government has to take the proper procedure of implementing rules and regulations for cryptocurrency and make public more clear. See, the main problem in this is we know what is cryptocurrency. Lots of brokers and mediators say that you invest money on this, we buy cryptocurrency, we make huge money of that, and we return, and nothing happens. The ultimate people, where the hard-earned money, the money which has been struggled and pained and earned by me, has been given to the person or the mediator who does not know anything about cryptocurrency. Just for trading the purpose of cryptocurrency, they do business and they make it as a loss. This comes up only after a few days or few weeks or few months. Later on, the people goes for the complaint, and I gave the money to so and so, then he's been cheated me. All these things happen. Government should keep all these things into mind and make us very clear what exactly the money is. The most interesting fact about money is, in apart from our country, many of the countries does not have the option of saying, I hereby state, that is, I hereby promise to pay the bearer the sum of rupees so and so. I don't find this condition in anywhere of the other countries' notes. See, these things also we does not know what exactly means. I don't blame, but still the meaning of this concept is, when I take 100 rupees and give it to the governor of the RBI, and he may give the real coins of Indian rupees. That is what it means. That word legal tender has to be emphasized. In cryptocurrency, the same thing happens. Where cryptocurrency can be stored, can be utilized, but we cannot feel where exactly the money is. This is what the cryptocurrency is. As you clearly said, it is more or less like a coronavirus only. We don't know how the cryptocurrency started, but spreading all over the globe very fastly when compared to other disease.
Wonderful. Stay with us, sir. Yes, Rajendran ji. I think Ravichandran ji should come out with crime aspects.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Babu. Very wonderful statement that cryptocurrency can be compared with Corona. Now we have 3C now: Corona, cryptocurrency. So I think for this, this is very good fodder for thought for Ravichandran. He will certainly take this to the next level of Corona, cyber, crime, cryptocurrency. He'll add two more C to it, cyber crime. He'll make it totally 5C. Yeah, over to you, Ravichandran.
Logesh Babuji, don't go away. You can mute yourself, please.
Yeah, I'm here.
Mute yourself.
Yeah, Ravi?
Thank you, Mr. Rajendran, and thank you, Dr. Shiva Prasad Reddy, for having me on your show. It's a privilege to be talking here. Let me start out by saying that technology for the sake of technology and innovation without forethought is dangerous. What one man conceives, another man can and will hack. And the more corrupt the state, the more numerous are the laws. Having said that, let me give a brief idea about what currency. Everybody talks about currency, money. What is money? What is currency? Initially, we started out with cowrie shells, cocoa beans, metals. In fact, the word cash is derived from the word kas. The first coin was minted by the Cheran Maharajas about 2000 years back. It went to Rome, went to France, went to England, and came back as cash to India. Now, we have traveled a long distance on that. And with the advent of the internet and the spread of the mobile devices, several possibilities have come up which will stand the concept of currency on its head and ushering new ways of thinking about the ways that we are interacting. The underlying thing in all this is the trust. Trust is the linchpin on which human well-being survives. If trust is eliminated or removed, then any human interaction, then the global order will be in danger. The survival of the civilization will be at stake. Now, crypto tokens, I don't use the word currency because I don't think it is a currency. It is just a token issued by an individual. So crypto tokens and blockchain technology has been invented to remove the trust. The only people who will make money, actually in this instance, I'm reminded of my teacher in school. He always used to say, use the right word in the right place to give clarity for any information to be communicated. Now, currency, which is loosely used to describe this new exchange medium, needs to be replaced with the word token. That is why I am using the word token. The only people who will make money in crypto token deals will be the miners and those who purchased or mined the tokens in the early stages. The Supreme Court has held the RBI ring fence circular which was sent to the bank as not valid because there was no ban on crypto tokens by the government. That was the reason for the Supreme Court declaring it invalid. And surprisingly, neither the government nor the RBI took steps to ban crypto tokens or even file an appeal against the order. Between 2016 and 2020, RBI officials and the government have been talking a lot about crypto tokens and the infallibility of the blockchain technology. My personal view is none of them have an idea about what issues will arise if this is permitted. To my mind, the entire crypto token exercise is one gigantic Ponzi scheme, and the government has decided that it would be better to join the bandwagon than to ban it. So now the government has also become part of the Ponzi scheme. In the recent past, it has been proved that blockchain technology is also vulnerable and several hacks have taken place. Which brings us to a more important question. What is this money that we are all talking about? Actually, in the last sentence that Mr. Logesh Babu was making, I promised to pay the bearer of this currency, RBI. Now, every currency is backed by a property which has got an intrinsic value. And that intrinsic value is represented by that currency. It may be gold, it may be silver, it may be anything. It may be the GDP of the country, it may be the credibility of the country, etc. Then what is the second attribute? It is acceptability by a large number of people. Equality in value to all. Credibility of the issuing authority. Sustainability of the value. Mobility of the currency. Then you have you have the retrieval of the value in case of loss of acceptability. There should be a legal backing for the money. There must be an ability for the property which underwrites the currency to be universally met. Then there should be a transparent valuation and stability. Do crypto tokens have all this? I don't think so. Now, in this new budget which was announced, nobody has told what will be the relation between the digital currency to the physical currency. Will they have the same value? Can they have the same value? Now, if digital rupee can be accepted as a consideration, then what are we talking about? Paytm, UPI, this one, credit card, debit card, aren't there digital rupees? Why introduce another separate digital rupee for that? What will be the effect of reduced transaction and flow of money from regular banks to digital currency? Won't the bank bottom lines be affected? Are there international standards being set and there is a lack of clarity on the legal framework required to govern digital transaction? How does the government propose to tackle the possible frauds that may happen? Now, the finance minister in a recent interview, she said that people are making profits on crypto token trading. Therefore, the government is entitled to tax it. My first question to the finance minister is only this. Since you have said that everybody who makes a profit, government can tax it. So are you going to levy a tax on narcotic dealing? Are you going to levy a tax on, say, smuggling? Are you going to give a GST number to the prostitutes and terrorists to do their business and collect GST on that? When the finance minister has to measure her words when she's talking to the public. If the finance minister catches a cold, the stock market starts hyperventilating. That is the strength of the finance minister. And casually she says that, asked about the legal status, she said that there is a committee which is being consulted, and as soon as they come out, we will determine the legal status. So without knowing what is the legal status, you are going to levy a tax, 30% tax on that? I don't know. 45,000 crores of Indian rupees has been invested in cryptocurrency by government servants, politicians, judicial officers, lawyers, business, high net worth individuals, and a lot of poor people also. Was the government aware of this? If they were aware of this, then why didn't they stop it in the first instance? If they are not aware about who has invested how much in what, then how do they propose to tax this transactions? Because cryptocurrency by nature does not give, will not identify the transactors. That is, the person who is giving the currency or taking the currency. It does not give the nature of the transaction. It does not give, it gives only the value of the transaction. Now, who is the government to tax if they don't have these details? Then there are several assets. If issuing digital rupees, then what about physical rupees? Are they going to remove it? Now, if blockchain technology is proposed to be used, then if it is disrupted, who is going to be responsible for the losses? And please don't listen to any panelist who says that blockchain technology cannot be cracked. Just for your information, I'll give you, for this last 10 days, there is a single hacker, one individual sitting in US who is playing footy with the internet in North Korea, switching it on, switching it off. So if a single individual can do all that, just think about what an army of hackers who are placed in China and Pakistan can do to our digital currency, no matter what blockchain you are going to use. Is our cyber security secure enough? We don't have the infrastructure. We have not started manufacturing the semiconductors. We don't have the operating systems. We are still dependent upon others for servers. And incidentally, most of the data in these blockchain crypto token servers are stored outside the country. How are you going to take it back? Now, suppose by some way the government is able to intervene and get some details about the cryptocurrency, crypto token traders, etc., won't that be a violation of the Data Protection Act, which they are going to introduce? Because financial transactions are critical as per the government definition. How are they going to break it? How will the servers give them the information with such a Damocles sword hanging upon them? Now, government has permitted trading in crypto tokens without specifying which agency will oversee the working of the traders. There is some talk about SEBI doing it or RBI doing it or somebody else doing it. Secondly, there is no regulations which have been done. Ignorance of law is no excuse, as Mr. Rajendran often says. Ignorance of absence of law, is it an excuse? Will it be an excuse? And I don't know where we are heading. I don't know why we are even having a discussion on crypto tokens without any law, without any regulation. Still, everybody is talking about crypto. This thing is the of the future. To me, it is just a giant Ponzi scam. Over to you, Mr. Rajendran. You are muted, I think.
Is unmuted now.
Okay, he's unmuted. Okay. Yeah, Dr. Reddy. Okay. Now, thank you, Ravi, for a very outspoken presentation. Very nice to hear you there on these points. Now, in another 10 to 15 minutes, we have some discussion with yourself as well as Logesh Babu. I'd like to ask Logesh Babu just about a couple of questions. Logesh Babu, are you there?
Yeah, he's there.
Yes,
He's
sir,
there.
I'm there, sir.
Okay. Now, we often speak about the settings in the mobile that my financial data, everything is stored. Cryptocurrency by itself is so opaque. Nothing transparent about it. Even if I have some vulnerability in my mobile, if the bank has some vulnerability, if the government has vulnerability, if the exchange has a vulnerability, it's going to be much more riskier in the case of cryptocurrency compared to the other currency, other legitimate currencies like Indian rupee or US dollar or any other kind of trade. In this circumstance, how can we ensure that my mobile data, the data in my mobile, is not hacked, and whatever is the financial data which I am doing there is not hacked, is not stolen somebody. And in case of any data loss, do I have any technological or legal redress available? Yeah, Logesh.
Thank you, sir. So the first thing is, cryptocurrencies are decentralized as well known to everyone. The transaction taken place only with the help of the app and the exchanges. The exchanges are depending upon the app. The app is depending upon the operating system of the mobile or the system or the laptop, whatever the thing is there. See, hackers do not hack directly to the blockchain technology or directly to the virtual currencies. They come and sit in your device to hack all the content of the device. It might be the cryptocurrencies also. Cryptocurrencies can also be hacked. Point number one. The thing is, how does the cryptocurrency transaction takes place? With two keys like public and private keys. Public and private keys are stored in the app itself. So to get ourselves secured, the primary way of getting secured will be, do not store your private key on the app. If you are really a user of the cryptocurrency wallet user and you have a cryptocurrency would be, have your private key not to have the private key on your app or the device. That will be most secured one to safeguard your cryptocurrency wallet, which is available in the mobile. Point number one. There is no particular redressal for recovering the money if it is being lost or if it is being hacked or if it is being stolen by the hackers or data thieves. The thing is, that is not controlled or that is not regulated by any specific body, where in fact we do not have any customer service for the cryptocurrency wallets to ask what exactly the money has been transacted, the money who has been transacted. Nothing can be done. It is your own safety to keep the money on your own safety issues. So I advise not to keep the private keys and public keys that has to be kept in the wallet only. Do not keep your private keys there. Try to make a note of the private key in a particular note or a paper or to keep it in safe at the old traditional one. That is the best way to do. Yes.
Thank you, Logesh Babu. My next question will be
Yes.
to Ravichandran. In fact,
Yes.
myself, Ravi, and there are quite a few others in the DISAI, Digital Security Association. Somehow we are emotionally attached to the country's national interest, national concern. Not that we are occupied or we want to occupy any political post or any national post or anything like that. But whenever something happens which will be to the detriment of the nation, we feel highly agitated, we feel highly bad. We always support the view that there is no freedom of expression at the cost of national security. This is not my view. This is the view which has been expressed by Supreme Court in so many judgments. Supreme Court itself, Upper Court itself has said in many judgments that the freedom of expression or the privacy or whatever is always not superior to the national security concern. That is, the freedom of expression is always subject to reasonable restrictions. One of the biggest reasonable restriction being the national security. In this milieu, I would like to request Ravi to throw some light, just for a minute or two. The cryptocurrency, everyone is afraid. I am very much afraid. If encouraged in a larger perspective, will destabilize the economy and the financial structure of the nation. Ravi, do you feel that the powers that be or the officers in the government or judiciary or legal fraternity or anybody who is supporting the digital currency are not aware of this fear?
I doubt it, because there is a conflict of interest running along. Like I told you earlier, even government officials have invested in cryptocurrencies, crypto tokens, not currencies. Even government officers have invested in crypto tokens.
We should not call it a currency because it is not a currency. You are absolutely right.
It's not a currency.
It is not a currency. Currency means it comes under the purview of RBI Act. RBI Act Section 22 and 43, 45. They speak about currency. Cryptocurrency is not a currency. The word itself is misleading, misnomer. Yeah, Ravi.
Misnomer. So I am deliberately using the word token, crypto tokens. When
Right.
government officials, court officials have invested in crypto tokens, and some of them have lost money also. My attention to this was drawn because the police were not able to register an FIR. So where is the question of, yes, economic loss? When you are talking about economic loss, 45,000 crores has gone out of this country outside India in terms of crypto tokens. 45,000 crores is not a small amount. Even at the peak, when black money was stashed in Switzerland, it was only about 1,500 crores. Today we are talking about 4,500 crores. 45,000 crores. And more money is going out because online gambling. They are asking for money on crypto tokens. So where is the question? Where the economic impact? Now, there is another issue also. The Prime Minister says everybody has to have a bank account. 40% of the Indian population, and that includes me also, we are all computer illiterates. How do you expect us to operate a digital currency when we are not even able to operate our ATM PIN cards? Which means 40% of the Indian population will go out of the banking system. Is that okay? Is that okay for the government? When they talk about digital currency, is that okay for the government then? Only when you have 100% literacy, you can talk about digital currency, digital crypto tokens, whatever you want, you can call it. But without that, today, how many frauds on your ATM cards and credit cards, debit cards, Paytm, UPI, how many frauds are being reported to the banks? Very few. Very few. The fraud amounts run in excess of 3,000 to 5,000 crores. And the customer is made to pay for it. Banks don't take any responsibility.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ravi. In fact, one viewer has raised the issue of a digital asset. The word digital asset itself is quite interesting. The finance minister has said the digital asset, like cryptocurrency, is going to be taxed at 30% plus 1% TDS and all that. I mean, I'm not going into the, because we have already discussed it. Now, the word digital asset hasn't been defined. What I'm trying to tell you is that if I have a fixed deposit in a bank, is it a digital asset? Or if I have a cryptocurrency balance, which is not legally recognized, is that a digital asset? Or if you have a transaction, based on it, some other financial transaction has come, and the NEFT or funds remittance has come. Based on the funds remittance, somebody has done another transaction. So initially, 150,000 is there. As per the money multiplier principle of the M3 level of economics, the same 50,000 has taken 3 or 4 or 5 different shapes. It has multiplied 3-4 times. Now, which one of these is a digital asset? Has the word digital asset been defined? So the larger area of defining all these things have not been addressed. So the FM has, finance minister has said that our legal team will go into the nitty-gritty. So we hope that the clarity will emerge on the definition of digital asset before it comes within the taxable net. This is what I personally believe. Some more clarity has to come. Dr. Reddy or Logesh Babu Ravi, do you have anything more on this particular point, on the definition of digital asset?
I have a point. If there is no clarity on the legal status of the digital assets, if there is no clarity on the blockchain technology that is going to be used, if there is no clarity on the impact of on the economic conditions of India, why announce a policy and that too include it in a financial bill and present it to the parliament in the first instance? Without any clarity, why do you want to pass a legislation?
So that is because people have started using the cryptocurrency widely. As we all know, that India's most populated country and many of us started using, the regulation has to be implemented. So that is the reason the government has passed the bill for sitting at.
So for that
Because
matter,
they
a lot of
they
people in
cannot-
Punjab are doing narcotics. So shall we legalize narcotics?
No, Ravi, no, Mr. Ravi. But I would like to disagree. Agree with Gauri
that
about
particular
your point.
answer.
The whole world is talking about cryptocurrency. Since government also thought that we should also be in the domain, we should do something. Perhaps finance minister will come out with more clarity in the days to come.
Now
The
here,
whole world talked
Yes,
about
this is what
subprime
I
crisis
agree.
also. The whole world talked about subprime loans also. And look at the mess that we are in now.
Sir, that is true, sir. But this point is entirely different. See, we do not encourage nothing illegal, but we people started using it. We cannot regulate it. Other countries started using it. They are using it in a wide way. And the same thing has to be implemented here in India also. So there are some regulatory steps has to be taken. So that is the primary step of the government that they have passed the first bill as such. But still, that is not the satisfactory one. We need to include more regulations on this particular topic to make it more legal.
yeah, I have one question.
Please do it. Please do it. But
No,
get some
I-
clarity and then do
To
it.
the panelists, I have
That
simple
is-
thing. To the panelists, I have a simple question to the panelists. Viewers are asking, what is the rupee, the official rupee, or like a dollar? What is that currency all about? And why the need for another digital currency? Digital currency. Again, what is this cryptocurrency? They are asking, why are you confusing us when we are already lost our revenue in the form of because of COVID-19 and all? What is the rupee, official currency? What is this digital currency? And what is this cryptocurrency? People would love to know. And which is legal and which is not legal, and why government without any discussion on the floor of parliament, and why all political parties without discussing on the floor of the assemblies, and why both state and central governments and all political parties without allowing discussing village secretariat, we call panchayats, panchayat to district panchayats, then district panchayat to state legislatures, and then it should come to the parliament. If any policy, that to a changing policy, economic changing policy, game changer policy involving every citizen, when that is being involved, why there is no discussion at all? Why this crypto? Why this crypto?
Yes, exactly.
They're asking because Prime Minister promised 15 lakhs into the accounts of everyone, and after demonetization, you have seen no reforms in income tax or electoral reforms. It is just static there. And not only that, very opaque. What is disturbing is after this government came, and including that earlier UPA government, all those NRIs who are trying to donate to political parties, now they have become opaque. From 1976, we don't have any account. No Indian can ask them. And not only that, you have seen electoral bonds, even no idea which company is trying to donate and how much. Is it not already black? Is it not you are allowing black money to come back into the political parties, and political parties, they represent us in the democracy? But how is that they are taking us for a ride, confusing me from my official currency, rupee? Then they are saying digital currency. We are already using UPI and all this bloody. I mean, not. I'm trying to bloody is. I have not taken it in wrong sense, because out of heartburn, without involving me,
Yes.
without giving me information, you are trying to decide my fortune and my future. Who has given you right? That is what I am asking. Who has given you right? Are you going to help only Paytms and these? You digitalize everything so that you want to privatize, as you are killing all public sector units, and RBI and all the banking sector will go to private companies so that they will dictate terms? Should we be enslaved? Because every individual citizen has a right over the natural resources. How do you look at this scenario? Why this confusion, sir? All three panelists, please.
So,
You want me to
can I
refer
start
to
with
it?
the language?
Yeah, more legal aspects you have to start.
Yes.
Legal.
Maybe on the technical side, so that Rajendran will
One at a time, sir. One at a time.
normalize our legal side.
Yeah, Logesh Babuji,
Rupees,
please.
Right, rupees 2 up to the 2000 or whatever that has been issued by RBI as part of the RBI Act, the powers invested upon RBI. So rupee is a legal tender. There is no doubt, no discussion about it. Cryptocurrency officially, legally is not recognized. So it's a settled fact of that. Settled fact of now. Now, digital currency is something which is slightly adding a twist to the present scenario. Government calls it the RBI Central Digital Currency, means RBI itself is going to issue a digital currency. So the larger question is for the printing of currency notes, whether it's 500 or 2000 or demonetizing and taking 500 in a different color and all that, is all within the purview of RBI and the financial powers of the finance ministry. Now, digital currency is slightly a new paradigm, a new change in the present scenario. We are yet to see what shape is going to take. Government says that as part of the digital India, the cryptocurrency is a new fancy. People would like to trade upon it. So we are introducing our own digital currency. In the opinion of myself, as well as in the opinion of experts like Navi and many others in the country, they said that the very absence of a premium, absence of volatility will deter the public to deal with the government digital currency. Share market, people have a fancy deal with it because share market, the amount increases, rises, the power volatile. You invest today in about a few hours, intraday and all that, you make profit. In the case of government digital currency, it's going to have a fixed value. Then how do you expect to trade? People may not like to trade in a government-controlled digital currency as much, or even for the sake of taking risk for the investment purpose, as they would like to do it for a cryptocurrency. So only in the days to come, we have to get the answer for it.
No, sir, why do you need a digital currency now? Why are you confusing us? You have a B map and everything. You don't have operating systems. You don't have, as you said, semiconductors and everything to store. Everything you are importing. And when you are importing, when you have your own physical currency, you are able to survive. But even physical currency, see, for dollar, now it has gone to 75 to 80 rupees. When it becomes digital, without knowledge of a common man, how can you enslave common man's hard toil without making him to understand? Yes, sir, Ravichandran.
See, what Dr. Reddy says is 100% correct. I'll have to differ with Mr. Rajendran here. The CBDC or the digital rupee which the RBI is being authorized to issue will be in your wallet, electronic wallet. It will have the same value as your physical rupee. What question Dr. Reddy asked was eminently correct here. Where is the need for a digital currency? When we have a physical currency, yes, there is a problem in printing, there is a problem in counterfeiting, there is a problem in distribution. I agree to all that points, but digital rupee is not the solution, and you cannot trade on digital rupee. The digital rupee or the fiat currency, it is the fiat currency in a digital form. RBI will be authorized to issue the rupee in a digital form. That is a fiat currency. And it is digital currency, it is not a crypto token. And it is not required at present when 40% of the Indians are not even able to write their own PIN number. How are they going to use digital currency? Does that mean that digital currency is meant only for high net worth individuals or educated people? It is not meant for ordinary people like me.
No, I have a suspicion. Let me add to you, Ravichandranji. Are you slowly but surely converting into cryptocurrency? That you tell us very clearly.
Yes.
Because
Yes, that is the
because
idea.
now I am asking
That is the
through
idea.
this channel, I am asking Honorable Prime Minister and even this Finance Minister and all the political parties, 2000 scam, counterfeit scam, is it real now? You come out and tell us after demonetization.
See,
You tell us
the,
now.
the problem the problem is the government is trying to shift the physical rupee to the digital rupee for 2-3 reasons. Number one, it doesn't want people to save money and put it in banks and gain interest, which means banks are going to be hit very badly. The second point is the government wants people to spend the money. And the third point is the government wants to keep a track on what people spend and how much they spend, which means that will be under total government this thing. The Personal Data Protection Act is also tailored in that manner. My book is elaborating on that, but that is different. But the final count is we are slowly going into an Orwellian nightmare, like what Justice Krishna said, where Big Brother is always on the watch on whatever we do. That is the primary aim of the government.
Is it not infringement of my right to life and my right to living and my right?
It is.
Is it not infringement?
It is.
Then the second aspect,
Yes.
black money, this government promised so much of black money got stashed away. Every account will have 15 lakhs if you try to bring that back into the country. What happened to that? Are you legalizing this black money? Because merging of banks without auditing it properly, without trying to go for non-performance of assets audit, you did not sell these non-performance assets till now. The same Reliance company's infrastructure is being owned by Jio company, and that man Anil Ambani goes broke, but the same infrastructure gets again bank loans, and they go for public shares, and BSNL is being killed literally. Then why I am trying to tell you is, do you want to privatize everything and you want to put all the country's wealth in the hands of 2 or 3 people? You tell us very clearly. Otherwise, where is the need? What did you? How much black money you brought, and what happened after demonetization? How many counterfeit roads has come back? Now is it not a fact that 2000 scam was there? And the other day also, Mr. Rajendran, we have discussed cryptocurrency. Even Karnataka Chief Minister's name was held. What is that inquiry? What is that inquiry, sir? Many politicians were there involved. Did you go for any investigation into that? Without going into any investigation, how can a finance minister, how can a prime minister eulogize this cryptocurrency? We are charging 30%. What is the source and means of cryptocurrency earnings? Ms. Sitharamanji, you have to tell the world. Is it narcotic money, traders money, drug traders, armed traders money? Which money is that crypto, and who are they? And whom are you charging? Do you have any information? Come on, you reveal it on the floor of the parliament. Parliament means you are elected by people like us. You have responsibility to tell us. By keeping us in dark, who has given you right? Is this a people participatory constitutional democracy, or a few individuals trying to impose your will on us? It's a republic state. Every individual is a constitutional authority. Am I right or wrong, Mr. Ravichandran-ji, Logesh Babuji, Rajendran-ji? What is this happening?
I agree with you.
What is happening? How can you impose without identifying what is cryptocurrency and why do you need a digital currency? Did you tell the people of India? All of a sudden you come. What is this fascination? You confuse people daily instead of letting us know what has happened after demonetization. How much black money has returned, how many counterfeit notes you could seize, and how it has helped us to grow economically, and what are the benefits out of that economical bargain. You have to clear us. Without doing, even for corona, you have increased diesel and petrol charges, because of which essential commodities charges went high. Middle class is not able to survive. You said you have invested that money for vaccines. Who asked you to invest in vaccines? No, the same way, digital currency, I am not able to understand till now. What is cryptocurrency when a Karnataka Chief Minister's name is being circulated in the media, and all politicians and big office still prove no one is guilty? Again, I am trying to be very clear. But when things have come out, instead of this government being transparent, how is that all of a sudden 30% tax for cryptocurrency? If you have any data, you have to present to the parliament and to the people of India. Parliament means people of India. You say on the other hand, cryptocurrency, you have not filed any appeal in the Supreme Court when Supreme Court found fault with RBI's direction. Till now everything is confusion, but all of a sudden central government coming up with 30% tax on cryptocurrency and again another digital currency. What is this? We are not able to understand. You kindly wind up by giving your experience in regards to law in dealing with cyber crimes, law in dealing with economic offenses, law in dealing with the hardcore basic finances, which should be the legal tender of any country. If some country is not following, why the hell we should follow? We don't have operating systems. If they want to enslave you, if 2 or 3 people in the world, or we are being heard World Economic Forum, all countries rich are there in that group. If they want to control the entire population, why should we fall into that group? Yes, sir. Logesh Babuji, you can start.
Yes, sir. Say, from my point of view, implementing cryptocurrency currently without creating an awareness in public is a wrong step. So, the government has to take necessary step of creating awareness within the public sector or the public to make them aware what exactly the crypto is. That is from the government side. Rather from the public side, see, we don't know what is cryptocurrency, we don't know what is of crypto. Trying to do all these actions and views, trying to create things, cryptocurrencies. For example, some few years ago, only the cryptocurrencies was not even hundreds of cryptocurrencies. Now it is more than 7,000 cryptocurrencies, and 4,000 cryptocurrencies are actively getting participated. All these things are the data which is being given by the coin cap market or any other cryptocurrency state. That is that other part. But people go for cryptocurrency, from my point of view, out of their own envy. They want to make more money to compete their survival, so they do cryptocurrencies. Either the government should take proper step in controlling or banning this cryptocurrency within the boundary of India, or they should create an awareness, make them timing, give them proper time to public. Only then they should start allowing the cryptocurrencies to be legal in Indian boundary. That is my point of view.
How do you take this 30% tax for cryptocurrency again digital currency?
That, see, once the cryptocurrencies is being implemented or being started by the RBI or the government of India in some part, and if they're trying to issue cryptocurrencies, that will get purely monitored by the that will become a regulated or centralized authority within the Indian apex banking, and only all the transactions what we do, as Mr. Ravichandran said, each and every transaction which has been done will be monitored by the government, and they'll easily charge 30% of the tax from us, which will be very easy for them. That should not happen.
Not only that, the people who have got large amount of money, black money stashed away in the banks, don't you think they will try to trade in cryptocurrency? Again, this divide between have and have nots will increase. Socio-economical divide will go in such a way that entire country will plunge into chaos. Don't you think that such a scenario will?
Yes, 100% true. Without proper regulation, if this has been implemented, then we'll end up in that way only.
Yes, Rajendran ji.
Your point is accepted.
Thank you, Logesh. Rajendran ji, before I go to Ravichandran ji, this chaos, where is the need? Why do you need all this? Is it because there is some problem with 2000 rupee scam after demonetization, and then because some people are at higher levels are involved in this cryptocurrency? Is this the reason why the government panicking and doing all these things without debating and discussing, informing public?
No. From my personal perspective, I can tell you that I am not competent to talk about whether I have a higher officials, anybody else is involved, or what exactly the shape,
that scam we have discussed. No, sir, that scam.
What is it need?
What is that scam? Srikari, Rajendran ji, Srikari scam or something we discussed last time in the Karnataka.
Correct. That is last time we discussed it.
That should be investigated. No, I am telling you that should be investigated. No, they came out with big names.
Yeah, right.
And till proved no one is guilty. Again, I am trying to tell, till proved no one is guilty. That is the line we take.
That is true.
But don't you think government should scan, investigate?
From a techno-legal perspective, what are the legal ramifications I presented the fact. Now, from a technology perspective, it is going to be an unregulated, so cryptocurrency is bad for India. There is no doubt about it. I am only intrigued by the fact that the Supreme Court shut down the Sattamala, why the RBI and Ministry
Yes.
chose not to go on an appeal. There should be
Yes,
cried
right.
hold from the rooftop,
Yeah.
stating that a legitimate case filed by the thing should have been why Supreme Court has taken this stand. We are convinced the issue is bad for the country. We have to go on an appeal. Like this should have been the stand taken by the Finance Ministry or the RBI. They did not take the stand. I do not understand the reason for it. That is one. Number two, what is the need immediately for the
that's
Finance Minister now to give a picture as if the crypto token is being legitimized?
Yeah.
The Finance Secretary, Finance Minister makes it very clear that we are not legally recognizing it. But the action taken by them gives an indirect legitimacy to it. So, in my opinion, this is avoidable. It should have been avoided.
Yeah. I'll add one thing. Is it because now farmers have gone on a strike for 1 year? That means the entire farming, because 70% of India is still in farming. Is it, you want to kill the spirit of this farmers? Grama Swarajya, you are trying to play hide and seek with the currency now to confuse people. This is also big doubt emerging. Yes, sir.
Now, there are 2-3 points that I want to take, Dr. Reddy. First, investigation.
I think, sir,
All
1 or
right.
2 minutes more, I think, around 20. Just 2 minutes, we'll be winding up now.
Yeah. To 5 minutes after Ravichandran-ji completes his present. Yes, sir.
How do you investigate a crime when there is no law at all?
Wonderful.
How do you investigate a crime when you don't know whether it is a crime or not a crime? Like I said, ignorance of absence of law is also a crime. Now, at the end of the day, Mr. Rajendran was asking me, are the police equipped to investigate this crime? And what should a person do if he gets cheated by a cryptocurrency trader or somebody like that? I told him there are 3 options. The first option is go to a tantrik and ask him to put a curse on the person who has cheated him. The second option is go on the social media and talk like an expert, advising people not to deal with cryptocurrency. And the third option is keep quiet. Don't tell anybody that you have lost money.
That is the best one. This is the best one. That's what
What else
everybody
can be done? What else can be done?
Not only the best way, sir. No other go. They have to keep quiet only because
Yeah.
they cannot report it since it is not been centralized.
And regarding this 30% tax, let the government levy 100% tax also. But the question is, the fundamental of blockchain technology is anonymity of the transactors. So who is the government going to tax? And how are they going to do it? Unless that person comes forward and says, okay, I made 1 crore on cryptocurrency, please have 30 lakhs. If you have that much, then we don't require an income tax law at all. These people are whistling in the dark. My thing is, as Mr. Rajendran said, yes, the government, it was not required at this point. The point that I'm trying to make is, without any clarity on cryptocurrency or its nature or its impact on the economic conditions of the country or the utility of the crypto tokens by the masses of Indian masses, how can you announce a policy in Parliament in conjunction with the finance bill? That is my limited question. Because even the bureaucrats in the finance ministry, in different interviews, they have given different ideas. There is no cogency in their thought itself. How do they propose a policy like this?
Yes.
The finance minister talks one thing, the Niti Aayog talks one thing, the finance secretary talks one thing, finance joint secretaries talk one thing.
Yes, they have created a mess. I think let us just close this. I think we can have it in series because there are many questions to be taken, but we promise you, all these panelists will come back to you very regularly, purposefully, because this show is very clear, this channel is very clear. No enmity against individual, nor animosity against any party or organizations. Issue as per rule of law, constitution invoking evidential act. we are doing these shows in larger public interest, because in a democracy, political parties represent us. MLA, Legislative Assembly, MPs to the Parliament. But such a big discussion, policy shift, if it is happening, why governments, political parties not taking people into confidence? Why there is no information to the people? Only the few selected, you want to make them to become neo-rich, as has happened during Corona pandemic. Now there is a big serious doubt after the successful farmers strike. Is this the way you are trying to confuse the 70% of the people who depend on farming? Announce cryptocurrency all of a sudden. That is what everyone is asking Mr. Sitaraman. What is cryptocurrency, madam? Did you define it? Who is this 30% you are taxing? Where is that money coming from? Narcotics, drug dealings, arms dealings, or any other illegal activities? Who are they? Why are you all of a sudden announced 30% tax? You said they are making profits. Who are they? You have to answer the parliament. Who are those? You said they are making profits. The Prime Minister has to come out. Even all the political parties, see how they are trying to go hand in glove. People have doubt within all the political parties of India now. During Corona, you have seen imposing mandates. All political parties are one. Now when such an important policy, all of a sudden cryptocurrency profits they are making. Who are those who are making profits? From where is that money coming from? Then what happened after demonetization? Did you ever announce? How many counterfeit notes? How it has helped our economy? How many welfare and developmental schemes you have done because of that? Is there any idea? That we are hearing about 2000 rupees scam. Is it real? Then what about so many ruling party members or opposition party members' names being heard in cryptocurrency scam? That Kiri scam or something from Karnataka. Did you investigate that? Then what is this digital currency all of a sudden? Whom are you confusing and trying to contradict? That means you want to control, as you want to give digital health. That also we are opposing. Why should one go for regular test if it doesn't have any symptoms or problems? Just go diagnose, and you create confusion or confuse him, create fear psychosis, as has been done during Corona, and get him into unnecessary medication. Lifelong he will become. The same thing are you going to do with digital currency, cryptocurrency? After seeing farmers strike, no one was fearing you. Is that the reason you want to control every citizen in the form of digital currency? As and when you want, you can control the digital currency, so that as the fears raised by AIMS doctors, if the entire currency is in your hands, if that is being monitored, no physical currency in your hand, sit means sit, stand means stand. That means infringement of fundamental rights. Is this what this government is doing? All these political parties have become one. Because why this reason? You have made all those investments, NRI investments, into the political parties opaque. No transparency now. From 1976, no individual can ask for anything. No RTI petition, and you will not get any details from which NRI company has invested how much in any political party. The same thing is with electoral bonds. Which company is investing, how much it is investing, no details can be had for the public. How can this be? Now on the same lines, after seeing farmers strike and fearing that there will be reprisal because of Corona mandates, are you trying to impose this digital currency on India? You don't have operating systems. You don't have semiconductor chips which store the information. Everything is imported. That means you are going to give the entire Indians' hard-earned fortune, their economics, to the manufacturers of operating systems and semiconductors, just for the sake of few people who have economic or industrial collaboration with such companies. This is a big doubt. Without having proper discussion, why are you rushing through? Mr. Sitaraman has to come out clean now. Who has those 30% profits who have made in cryptocurrencies? What is this case all about in Karnataka regarding cryptocurrencies? Why you are not trying to be transparent and clear when it comes to political party donations from NRIs or from the local companies? What happened to 2000 rupee note scam? Is it a scam or not? After demonetization, nothing you are trying to speak. You are confusing. When you have rupee, when you have rupee, when you are saying our GDP is increasing, we are becoming stronger, you should have been very happy. We should have traded in rupee, our strength and physical money. Why if people should not have it? And why we should not have FDs or anything in the physical form in the banks? How long this hide and seek, and how good this is for Indians? That you make it clear. You make us well informed, truly informed. Then you discuss it on the floor of parliament and assemblies. And then you should make panchayats, right from village panchayats, district panchayats, they should discuss, debate. Then they should circulate it to assemblies. From assemblies, it should come to parliament. This is what people participatory constitutional democracy is all about. When it comes to such important issues, the important issue because every citizen is concerned with his hard-earned money. But if it is moving away like this in the digital form, all of a sudden, Mayam, Gayab, how can India citizens keep quiet? Thank you, sir. I only hope government will come out clean and we will have series of such discussions.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Then I should thank you wholeheartedly, Rajendran ji. You took the pain. You took the pain and got Logesh Babuji and Ravichandran ji. Wonderful to have you all. Many questions are there, but Rajendran ji, you promise us next time we will limit it to 1 hour. Don't worry, 1 hour maximum, 1 hour 15 minutes. We can promise you because today it was introductory, so we wanted people to understand. So take care. This will be retelecasted with a different headline. Now because after discussion, we have got so many things, leads. So with that, we will retelecast it on Citizens Dr. TSPR channel soon. Do support Dr. TSPR channel, Citizens Dr. TSPR channel and Environment People Dr. TSPR channels. They work in larger public interest. So for all the Indians, Sukhanidra and Shubharatri, for the world over, good morning, good afternoon and good evening. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Logesh Babuji.
Thank you.